Welcome to the Board Game Network. Today I'm going to be explaining how to play this game called Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space Ultimate Edition, put out by Osprey Games. This game plays from 2 to 8 players in about half an hour or so, 12 years and up. Each player gets one of these spiral binders and a marker, and the spiral binder has a set of maps in there, and so you decide at the beginning of the game what map you want to play on. And the flip side up here tells you how many turns you get, and you get 40 turns no matter what the map is, but that's where you record your movement. This game is a game of strategy and bluffing. Half of you are aliens and half of you are humans. And the aliens are trying to catch the humans, and the humans are trying to get to the escape pods. The escape pods are numbered around the map. So what you do at the beginning of the game is you count how many players. Red on these alien human cards here, red is an alien, blue is a human. So you're going to take and mix the reds up and mix the blues up and take out half of the number of players of humans, half the number of aliens. If you have an odd number, you're going to take out the extra character is going to be an alien. Okay, and the reason for mixing these up separately is different humans have different abilities, different aliens have different abilities. Okay, so you're mixing those up. You take the number of cards that there are players, and then you end up mixing those up and passing those out. So you don't know, nobody knows who the aliens are or who the humans are. And so you're just going to look at your card and see whether you're a human or an alien, and then play that way. So the aliens start on this spot here, and the humans start on this spot here on the board. And you're also going to shuffle these escape pod cards right here, these yellow ones, and what's in these is one of these is red and it signals a malfunctioning escape pod. All the rest of them are green. There's 5 of them there. You mix those up and sit there. When some human makes it to an escape pod, they draw the card and see whether that's a functioning escape pod. If it's a malfunctioning escape pod, they have to try to get to a different escape pod to escape. On your turn, humans can move 1 space, but aliens can move 1 or 2 spaces, and they can't end in the same spot that they started in. So in other words, they can't backtrack. The goal is for the humans to get to the escape pod, and the goal for the aliens is to capture the humans, and they get converted into aliens. So if an alien attacks a human and kills it, then it comes back as an alien back on the alien spot on the map. Your sectors, when you put your piece, when you're moving along this map, you are keeping track of what space you're on, and you write that in the blank up here. So let's say I'm a human. I start right here, and then I write down, well, I went to M9, so I write down M9. And I'm obviously keeping this up here so nobody else can see it. And then from M9, the next turn I go to N9 or M10 or whatever. And you can only move to 1 adjacent space as a human. As an alien, remember, you can go up to 2 spaces. If you land on one of the gray hexagons, then you draw a card. The card icons here are right up here at the top of the board. If you have a red icon, it's a red card, matches this icon that you draw, that means you have to announce what coordinate you're in. You made too much noise, people heard it, and you say, well, you know what, I'm in M8. If you draw a green card, you announce the coordinates of any sector that you want to. So a green card is good for you because you can announce a sector that you're not in, that somebody heard noise in. If you draw one of these white cards, some of them are equipment cards, or some of them are just silence cards, meaning you did not make any noise. So in either case, whether you're getting equipment or a silence card, you just say silence in all sectors. Nobody heard anything, you were being quiet. The equipment cards, what you do is you look in the rule book, and all of the icons for the equipment cards are in here. It tells you what those cards do. Now, item cards can only be used, or equipment cards can only be used by humans. Aliens cannot use them. So aliens, even though they walk on gray spaces and they draw cards also, and they do the same thing that the humans do with these icons, if they draw an equipment card, they just say silence in all sectors, just like the humans do. But they can't use that equipment. Anytime you draw a silence card or an equipment card, you just put it face down in front of you, whereas the other two cards, the red and the green cards, they get discarded to the deck. So when the deck runs out, they get reshuffled. But those equipment cards and the silence cards don't get put back in. Once you've started the game, these start spots are not available. Where the aliens started, where the humans started, those are not available to be moved back into once you've exited out at the beginning of the game out of those spots. And the escape pods, only humans can go into the escape pods. And if an alien decides he wants to attack a human, he's guessing where they're at and he thinks he knows. What he does is he will move to the sector that he thinks the human's in, and then he will say, I am attacking M8 or whatever the sector is. And if it's a gray space, he does not draw a card. He's attacking instead of drawing the card. If the human is attacked, then he is killed and comes back as an alien in the alien space. If an alien attacks another alien, the alien is killed and is out of the game. If a human is killed, then the alien attacker, his movement goes up to 3. So instead of being 1 or 2, he now can move up to 3 spaces. That only happens once. If he kills another human, he doesn't continue to go up. 3 is what he is allowed to move. The items that humans get to use, they can only use them one time, and they would just flip them up and say, I'm using this. But of course, that lets people know that he's human at that point. There are human and alien abilities. They're listed here in the rule book, just like your items are. Just for example, one of the humans is the captain. He does not draw a danger sector card the first time he moves into a danger sector. The danger sector are the gray ones. The white ones are the silent sectors. The psychologist begins the game in the alien sector. The lurking alien can choose to directly attack in his sector instead of moving. If he does, he will not move at all that turn. So he can attack without moving. All the other aliens have to move and then attack. So that's just a few of the abilities. The game ends after 40 turns. So you'll notice there's 40 turns here. once you get through turn 40, the aliens win. Or if the last human escapes or is killed, then the game's over. If every escaping human that gets to an escape pod, he wins the game. And aliens win if they kill the last human. So, what do you think of that? That's called Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. You are chasing each other and trying to determine whether the other players are aliens or humans. You're trying to get away based on whether you're human, or if you're alien, you're trying to catch them. So a lot of dynamics there with bluffing and throwing out misleading sector numbers, all that kind of stuff. So, and also this flip side up here has all these icons and gives you a little brief summary of what they are for. It gives you the summary of what spaces are and the summary of the cards at the top, the card icons, and the summary of the different item cards that are in here. The little the icons on the item cards is summarized here. So that's how you play Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. Make sure you tune into all of our videos on how to play games here at the Board Game Network.